Hi guys! Today I have a card process video. It has been a very long time since I've made one of these, so I thought I might as well get back into it. So I took out my Tim Holtz stamp platform, and I really have been liking using this to position my stamps where I want them. I definitely did not need to put that washi tape on there. I had already put this watercolor paper onto a little cutting board to start watercoloring. And then when I went to stamp out the images, I'm like thinking to myself, I really should have used my stamp platform first just to make sure that it stamps correctly and that I have it where I want it. So that's why it has all that tape on there. But once I finished stamping it out, I just transferred it on back to the little cutting board. And I took out my distressings. I used picked raspberry, squeezed lemonade, and wild honey, and I got just a little piece of acetate that I had, or I think it's a transparency, and I used some water. I had it on the wrong setting. It was a stream instead, so I changed it to spray, and this is the first time I've ever done this technique, so it was really strange to be doing it. But I think it worked out pretty well. It was really easy to do. So I just smushed that paper on there. I think I might have put too much water. I don't know. It's the first time I've ever done this, so I'm sure I'll get better at it if I try it more. But I thought it was really fun to try out. By the way, that stamp is the Mama Elephant Up and Away. And excuse my voice, I do have a cold, so I'm congested. That's why I sound a little strange. But here it is, and that paper, because I did use a mask for the stamp, it got pretty soaked, so I am surprised that the image underneath didn't get ruined, but it was fine. I like the way it came out, but I thought the pink pretty much disappeared, so the pink picked raspberry. So I sprayed a little bit on here, and then I smushed it in the corner just to get a little bit more pink into my scene, because I wanted it to look like a sunset or a sunrise, either one. But there it is. So this I was satisfied with. I left the bottom just like that because I knew I wanted to put some trees on there, so it didn't really bother me that it was white, although if that's the look you're going for, that would work also. So I just cleaned off my desk, and here I'm peeling off the mask, and as you can see, it worked pretty well. It was just a piece of copy paper that I added a little bit of adhesive to, and it worked just fine. So there it is. I peeled it off. It did bleed a tiny bit, but once I colored it in, it really wasn't a big deal. So let's see. Here I'm stamping on my trees. This is from the Lawn Fawn set, Critters in the Forest. So I stamped out a bunch of them. I did not worry about stamping out the whole image because I knew I wasn't going to use the whole image. I was just going to use the top part. So I stamped out a bunch of them on this scrap piece of watercolor paper. And I used these Peerless watercolors. I'm just going to show you how I colored one of them because I colored them all the same. So I didn't want to get redundant and make this video extra long. So again, these are the Peerless watercolors. I've had these for quite a while and they still work really well. So I just colored in this whole image. I added a bit of brown, a little bit into the end because I thought it looked a little too crisp, if that makes any sense. So I did add some brown just to darken it up a little bit. So I think here's where I go in with the brown. There it is. And I thought that blended pretty well. I'm not the best with watercolors, so there's not a ton of blending or shadows, but I really do like the look of it. So there you can see I had already colored out all my trees and cut them out, so I put them off to the side, and now I'm going to color in my bunny and the balloons.
Are you finished, Mr. Slade?
No, I'm just getting warmed up.
Alright, so I am back. I had already colored in the little bunny and the balloons, and now I'm going to adhere those trees I had colored in. I wanted 2 of them to be flat on the page, and then the other 2 to be popped up. So I just glued these 2 down with my ATG gun. And then I put some 3D foam tape. It's from Big Lots. I've had a ton of this for a few years, and I still haven't run out because I stocked up quite a bit when I found it. So I still have a lot of it left. So that's what I used, and it still works pretty well. So there I had finished off adhering those trees, and I cut a part of that out just so you don't have to look at all that foam tape. But I added some ATG tape to the back of this. And that pattern paper I'm using is from Doodlebug. It is I think it's called Happy Camper, but I'm not sure. I'll put the name somewhere on the screen or in the description box below. Then I took out some stickers. I really like using stickers on my cards, and I have a ton of them, so why not use them? And I wanted to see which one would work best. I didn't want to use stickers that were too large because I didn't want to take away from the bunny, which was the focal point of the card. So I took out these little owl stickers. They are from the Dollar Tree, and I thought they were just the right size where they would add to the card, but it wouldn't take away from the bunny and all his little balloons. So I just placed them on there. They really don't stick that well as the hearts that you're going to see me add. So after I'm sure that I have everything where I want it and everything's positioned exactly where I want it to be, I will add some Aleene's tacky glue underneath just to make sure they don't fall off later on, because again, these really don't stick too well. These little glittery hearts are from Walmart. I'm not sure if they still have them, but they're usually with the stickers, and they're only $1. It brings a ton of little heart stickers. And I was trying not to go overboard because I tend to do that. I was really fighting the urge to add glossy accents to the balloons and stickles and all that sort of stuff. So I tried to leave this one simple and just leave it as a fairly simple card. So we're almost done. I already added my sentiment. For some reason it did not record. That sentiment is from Sophie's sentiment from Fawn. And here's that same pattern paper from Doodlebug. And I stamped out this little monkey and the balloons again inside with my spiced marmalade distressing. And that is it for my card. So I hope you enjoyed this card process video, and thank you for watching. Bye!